Hi, friends. Host Eric here with Rachel.
Hi.
We're hosting Talking with Friends People this evening. And we're just talking about the best ever. What's the best ever? Well, it's interesting. Depending on what you're talking about, it can be a more meaningful thing to say than other kinds of things. Like, at the moment, I'm feeling like BoJack Horseman is the best ever television program.
Oh my gosh. I know we stopped at season 6, one of the episodes.
When we finish rewatching season 6? Yeah, I kind of want to do that too.
All right, cool.
We'll do this episode.
Hey, Federico.
Hi, Federico. It's like Rachel and I were just talking about the ease with which our relationship incorporates marijuana, namely that hi Bacon, hi Winston's mom, hi Alt. I'm glad you are happy.
Same. Oh, and PP, I hope you're happy too. We got you tuna.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got you some new food, kitty cat. It's like.
Should I filter thing?
Sure. Rachel and I both like the way that we are on the same page about pot, which is, it's a team thing. We both smoke as much pot as we want, all the time, and then we don't worry about. With your friends, you made a channel. I'm glad you made a channel, Federico. That's good. The thing is about YouTubing, it's so much indicative of that that expression. It's the journey, not the destination. If you don't love making YouTube videos, then you just won't ultimately do it. At least that's my experience.
Yeah, I agree with this. Cons for being such a good kitty friend.
So, with various media, best ever can sometimes be kind of a temporary thing. Like, prior to watching BoJack Horseman, if you would say, well, what's the best TV ever? I don't know. It would have been a different answer, I will say, however, I was pleased to see that somebody else had a YouTube video called what BoJack Horseman teaches us about writing.
Yeah?
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Cool.
Traduce later. Algún día queremos intravistarlo desde Argentina. Algún día. Someday we want to. What's entrevistarlo? I don't know what entrevistarlo means. Desde. Interviewing. Oh. Interviewing. That's what it means. Interviewing Desde Argentina. Best song ever. One Direction. Oh.
No, but really, the marijuana thing is the best ever. It's like.
Right, there's no conflict about it. We both understand it the same way. It's like there's different people have different understandings of it. Like some people might be like, okay, now we need to cut back a little bit. Or
No.
We don't roll like that.
We understand.
Channel Cannabic. Word. When we have a moment, may I digress? I found a video with Cloud speaking. Well, let's see the link, Winston's mom.
Yeah.
Let's see the link.
Let's see the link indeed.
I'm curious. Your Instagram is Federico Gimzi Abraham. Okay. I have Instagram, right?
Yeah, you do. Look up TWFP. It'll come up as Talking with Famous People as the name. Click on it, and you'll be able to follow him.
Yeah, I don't do the gram myself, but apparently I have an Instagram account.
Yes, you do.
My daughter likes the gram. She's a big The Gram fan.
Yeah, she is. And then you can see the posts that I tag Eric in, and you'll see mine. A lot of pictures of PP. Can't lie. And actually of us, too.
You don't want to out cloud. You just want to put a public video up. You're not outing shit. He outed himself by deciding to publicize the video.
That's also like sliding someone a note and saying it didn't come from me.
Right. I mean, the thing is this, for instance, Mom, you can't have it both ways. Either you want to maintain your privacy, in which case you don't have any videos of yourself, or you don't get to claim privacy, in which case you have videos of yourself. You get to either present yourself as who you are all the time, or you get to try to hide that. But if you get caught, that's on you. You know?
Greetings, Engantier.
Greetings, Angantir. Greetings, Lawnmower.
I wonder how King Krishna Somakupuku is. It's been a little bit since I've seen that name come up in the streams.
Yep. Just, until you mentioned her, I hadn't thought about her in who knows how long.
I'm wondering if she's starting the wedding process and that stuff.
I don't know. There's also Shredney Chandran. Shredney Chandran, right?
Yeah, uh-huh. Oh, she's studying?
She's studying, huh?
Yeah. Well, she must be studying a lot. She's always studying.
Hi,
Hey,
Octavia Silva. Don't cry for me, Argentina. I'm tired of getting wet from your tears. Just please stop crying. You cry too much now. Oh, Argentina, you're always crying. Is it true, Federico, that everybody in Argentina is always crying? That's what I hear. That's the rumor.
Always putting bong water.
Oh, my adorable TE Polar is spilling bong water.
Oh, thanks, babe, for thinking it's adorable. Yerba mate? I've had yerba mate like gelato. It's earthy.
Yerba.
Yerba mate or whatever. Yeah, it's earthy. Tastes kind of grassy.
Hi, Octavia Silva. I was thinking about you driving today. I remember when I first felt that freedom and could broom myself to the beach and smoke one cigarette after dinner without my grandparents. Argentinians don't say the yo. They say show instead. Argentine show.
There's a chuckle inside my head. I think that might have been an attempt as a joke.
Mm-hmm. A smoke does go down well after a delicious meal. That's true, Angantier. Diamond, that is the one time I liked Madonna. I thought she was vulnerable and good in that movie. She's my age. I gracefully accepted my not being a femme fatale now. She should. She should also accept that she doesn't have an English accent. Okay? That's what she should also accept. Her English accent makes me cringe so bad. It's just like cringe party USA.
Yeah. Like,
Hi.
she's not even married to the dude who's English. She doesn't go to like London like that. She doesn't even live there anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where does she live?
Where doesn't she live? I don't know. She's always traveling. At least that's another freeing thing. You used to have to go to family parties, and like I have aunts who are big Madonna fans, and I'd have to like sit there, kind of like just twiddle my thumbs because I didn't want to get into it.
Whenever you're talking about Madonna, instead of twiddling your thumbs, you should just Vogue.
That's a really good idea.
Hi, Sean. Hi, Swift Eagle. Hi, Diamond. So, trying on a new accent is probably an FI thing. Probably. I think it's an ESFP thing. But yeah, it might be an FI thing. I remember my friend Bailey came back from an extended year or two in England with an English accent. And I was just like, no, bro, no. Did someone call me? Cloud, hi, it's you. What did I want to talk about a second ago that I was thinking like, oh, I really want to talk about that, and then now I'm forgetting. Hmm. Cute boys. That's funny. No, it wasn't Cute Boys. God, what was it? It was so interesting. I have to remember. No, it wasn't Cute Girls either. For the accent thing, what were we saying?
That your smell is the best ever? Because it is. To moi.
Thanks, Rachel.
You're welcome, Eric.
I love you.
I love you too.
Maybe it was about Argentina. Yes, 3DR Nomad? I have an answer, I bet. You're in severe physical pain right now? Chest aches and back aches from a struggle earlier? Did you get in a fight or something?
Yeah, what happened?
It was something maybe that linked to Madonna.
I always wondered why they called it voguing.
Because I think it means you're framing your face for like a picture.
The cover?
Like for the cover of Vogue.
Vogue.
I bet that's what it is.
Yeah, I think so too.
I just wish I could remember what I was going to say. Well, we've obviously got some peach and green ourselves because I don't remember what I was going to say. It tastes good, huh? I like this. This is
This is good Skywalker.
Yeah, it is.
It's coffee, but it's not it's not harsh at all.
It's Expando.
Too. Yeah.
It's like you hit it and you get this spicy pine thing, and then it kind of expands in your lungs a little bit.
Yeah.
I like it.
Me too.
So, I don't remember what I I was gonna say. I really wish I could. 'Cause for some reason, I was very excited about talking about it.
Mario 64. OMG, Alien Tier. That brings me back to the day. Back in the day. Whatever you say. In the 8th slot.
Yeah, I'm pretty slow today. I gotta tell you. Oh, man, that's nice. That's piney goodness. That is some piney goodness. I think it has something to do with Madonna. I didn't click the link, but hi, Sky Gear. Regardless. So yeah, I'm obviously lost in thought at the moment about I'm not sure what. I've been lost in thought for quite some time about BoJack Horseman. It's quite soul consuming, the whole thing. I just keep thinking about it and like
That says it's a good show.
yeah, almost like longing to be in that world again, you know.
Well, would you like to rewatch it with me?
Yeah, we will. We'll do that. But I'm just sort of backtracking my thoughts as to where I was then, and then attempting to move forward without being stuck on this thing that I was trying to say that I forgot what I was going to say.
So, Madonna actually does have like a child who is like was born in Britain, I believe. So do you think that he like when he goes to see his mom is like, Mom, you know, you can't use the accent. It's just not working.
For who?
For her actual English son who probably lives in England. It's my guess.
Right.
Who like knock it off, Mom, with your accent.
Yeah, probably. Someone said because these people have said these strong feelings, we cannot dismiss them because they are not using logic. I thought he was completely wrong, but I might be missing a perspective. Well, that's the thing. Prioritize civility over logical consistency, and civility means affording everybody's narratives legitimacy as voices to be considered. Now, it's like, in other words, let's say about the COVID stuff. The lesson is the same lesson I learned yesterday with Delilah. Now, Delilah is not a particularly FI type at all. I mean, she's FI polar like me, but she has a better understanding of respecting FI on some level than I do, because she's not an 8 and she's a 1. So I don't know where in the tri-type the 1 is.
I don't either.
But she's a 1, you know. So it's like
we're in the same tri-type, I believe. Right?
Are you and Delilah?
Yeah.
Possible. I think we might have concluded that before, yeah. So it's like, the thing to say is that we need to be able to articulate the frame of reference and whether or not using, strong feelings are appropriate in determining that. So it's like, it's not, I have strong feelings about the COVID thing, right? My position is also consistent with logic. Other people have strong feelings about it, and their position is inconsistent with logic. In that instance, it should be pointed out that everybody's feelings should be considered, and on those grounds are equal. But that because it's a public policy matter, we ought to defer to logic. If it's not a public policy matter, then it maybe it's not the case we ought to defer to logic at all. It also depends on the individual and how they relate to the thing they're making decisions about. If people think their political opinions are part of their identity, rather than it's part of, if they think their political positions are the way in which they express their moral goodness or something, then you're gonna run afoul of stuff. It's like public policy doesn't work like that. It's there are bad public policies, and then there are acceptable public policies. It's not like there are any real moral indications that one ought to undertake this given public policy, unless it's complicated to explain. I don't feel like explaining it. This is the real beginning of Sleepy Week. So you're getting to see me at my most stumbly point. Plus, this is pretty good weed too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sleepy too. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not even sleepy. I'm just slow as fuck right now.
Okay, so what do you think about what Lawnmower says at Cloud? First mistake was expecting an INFJ woman to keep a secret. I actually think that INFJs are probably one of the best to keep secrets, but I just happen to be a type 7 who I tell my love everything.
I think the idea that INFJ women have trouble keeping secrets is contraindicated typologically, which is to say, the people who are, if somebody's going to have trouble keeping secrets, it's going to be somebody who's an action type, somebody who puts a lot of information out. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean somebody who's an action type is going to be bad at keeping secrets. I'd like to think I'm not bad at keeping secrets, but it's least likely the receiving type is going to be untrustworthy because they're in default receive mode, not in default put mode. So
truth is, I'm a terrible liar.
Yeah.
I mean, I've grown into being a terrible liar, if you can.
I mean, I don't know. I've never caught you lying.
Nah, I don't like to. It doesn't make. I feel so much guilt that because it's the one thing as a kid that I was ashamed about, like that. Because a lot of times, like, I was shy, so I was kind of picked on because I wasn't really understood. So, as a kid, I would kind of lie, or I had bad hearing, too, so I would just say, like, yeah, okay, sometimes when I didn't really understand, so I got picked on. So, when I would get caught in a lie, I would feel like this shame and guilt. I was like, you know what, like, I need to live with integrity if I'm going to get anywhere in life. So I've decided to, like Eric, choose the straight and narrow path. And I just find it's easier to be honest.
Cataphora, the use of a word or phrase that refers to or stands for a later word or phrase. For he and he may be 37, Jeff behaves like a teenager. That's a really interesting question.
I've never heard of something.
First of all, I never heard that word before. But I don't. Look, the thing is, I do understand you, Lawnmower. Lawnmower is not trying to pick on you at all, Rachel.
No, I didn't.
He's being his normal. I mean, like, I don't know what else to call. I don't know what to call you except like sexist, I guess, or misogynistic. I mean, I don't care. Those terms aren't a big deal. Old-fashioned, conservative in your sexual politics or something. I mean, what label do you want me to call this thing that you do?
Well, yeah.
And listen, I'm serious.
I wasn't taking it personal. I just wanted to know what you thought. If you thought that INFJs were secretive, but I actually do think that they could be pretty damn good with a secret until maybe they get drunk. Like, if I'm drunk, fuck. Actually, even then, I'll keep some things to myself.
Referencing a text or utterance is something external to it, which is only fully intelligible in terms of information about the extra linguistic situation. What's an example of it? Oh, I see. Well, this is really interesting. I'm glad you pointed me to this stuff. Some weird Scandinavian name. I can't even pronounce it.
Oh, the Higgledy
Piggledy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Higgledy Piggledy. Anyway.
Zeophora.
Yeah. For example, the meaning of the phrase "the Queen" may be determined by the country in which it's spoken, because there are many queens throughout the world. Location of the speaker provides the extra information that allows an individual queen to be identified. Huh. That's a good term. So, it's like I actually need these terms a lot to talk about cognitive functions. So I use expressions like words that have external reference. I didn't know there was a word.
That's cool.
The speaker has trouble naming what it is they want to address. They know it, they just don't word it soon enough for some listeners. Let me see what this is. INFJ writing can be full of cataphoric ellipses. The speaker has trouble naming what it is they want to address. They know it, they just don't word it soon enough for some listeners. Get to the point, would you? I mean, I would say that would seem to be more consistent with ENTP writing or INTP writing than INFJ writing. I think INFJs don't have trouble getting to the point. Now, you did say earlier orders of operation. Now, that would make sense for INFJ. They have trouble with order of operation. I don't see that as an order of operations thing, getting to the point. I mean, that's a different matter. It's like whether or not the referent to the word is within language or external to language. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying something different. Okay. The cataphora causes the INFJ pauses because the FE shows them they need to find the reference to the listener. Right. Well, and then of course, on sort of a level up from that, I see what you're saying. I've noticed in Rachel that while she has a great deal of fluency with language, especially receiving it, she's less fluid in the expression of it, and that would explain what you're saying. I mean, what you're saying would explain that. Hibili or
yeah,
Piggledy.
Here, I'll spell it out for you.
Okay.
It's called. I'm saying over to everyone, like, we just don't like to explain. We don't like the details. So, like, why go into explaining stuff? No one's got to explain. No, it's not. We don't have to. People choose to explain because they want to, but I don't like explaining. So sometimes I'll just say it was this, and that, and that's all. But sometimes people don't believe that because they need the details. But I don't know the details because I'm T.E. Puller. So sorry. That's actual INFJ.
Upton plays 48. I don't call judges that are introverts perceivers. I do use the 4-letter thing, the MBTI 4-letter thing, because it's the one most commonly used. But I refer to INFJs, for example, as perceiving types. I just don't adopt the Socionics 3-letter naming thing. So it's that simple.
Yeah, I mean,
if you ask me, well, is an INFJ a perceiver or a judger? I'll tell you they're a perceiver. You say, well, why do you use the J then? Well, because that's what INFJs are called. It's a silly and unfortunate thing, but it's what it is.
Yeah, I'm not really a judger, right?
You're a perceiver. All the introverted judges are actually perceivers, and all the introverted perceivers are actually judgers. So it's like INTP, judging type. But regardless of all of that stuff, all right, so do I think I might be an EII? An ethical, introverted, no, ethical, logical, EII, ethical, intuitive, introvert? That I might be an INFJ? No. All right, it never crossed my mind. I'm so not an INFJ. Well, that's what ethical. No, that would be INFP. You think I'm an INFP?
Oh my God! Stop.
I mean,
is that really? IEI, I think is.
No, it is the same thing. Upton plays 48. It is the same thing. This is the thing about socionics. Is that it conflates the notion that you can be talking about the same thing but mean something different.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's like it doesn't conflate the notion, but whatever you want to say is. No sane person though thinks I'm an INFP. No sane person thinks I'm an FI down.
No way.
Nobody who has any possible reasonable conception of cognitive functions thinks I'm an FI down. Well, I mean, a lot of people want to feel various things, believe things, whatever. Like, well, there should be 32 types. No, there's 16 types for a very specific reason, because action functions need to be paired with deliberation functions. And, there's a certain number of permutations, and bada bing, bada boom. It's like Octavia Silva. A lot of people have typed me INFP. That might be true, but nobody whose opinion you should respect has ever typed me INFP. I mean, it does matter. It does matter who's saying the thing,
Octavia Silva, that Eric well enough.
I don't think Octavia Silva thinks I'm INFP. It's such a silly notion.
It is.
I know those people obviously never talked to INFP FI dog before. People think he's INFP because he cries in tantrums every other day. Well, Cloud. Well, I don't even bother reading your things. People people hate in various ways. One of the ways they want to hate in this particular community is to question my type. It's like, I don't think anybody who's actually motivated to process the thing intellectually is going to type me as anything other than ENTP, you know.
Should I make some more coffee? Or would you like to make it?
I can make it. Tradition, yubba dubba diva dubba diva 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 da. Better letter code would be NI. Yeah, I agree. That's the best letter code. What Horse Mumbler says. I should, if I were to really want to sort of clean up my talking even more, and no, I block people occasionally. I mean, I got to see FI channel in action when I got blocked for nothing.
Oh my gosh, that was just terrible.
It was good. It was instructive to me. It's like, oh, this is the kind of shit people got to face out there?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I got in trouble on that channel too before for saying, hey, in capital letters. They were like, you get a warning because we do not allow letters in here. I was like, I'm sorry. I was just excited to like see some names that I knew. Bummer City, man.
Yeah. So if I wanted to really be clean up my language anymore, I would start referring to ENTPs as NETI, you know, INFJs as NIFE. But
that is
whatever.
I was thinking about my clenching from last night. And I'm like, I really feel like my FE like somehow like doesn't shut off. So it's like, even though I was asleep, still was like kind of like there. Oh, man, the tool function.
Yeah. I think it's probably a little easier to turn off TI than FE because FE is being an interface function. It's sort of like, I mean, it's got this RAM quality to it, which is like you keep in RAM, like as an app that's keeping track actively of where other people are in relation to you and whether or not you are in their frame of observation where you can impact their experience or they can impact yours or not, you know. Because that happens for me with third slot FE too. I have a general awareness of whether it's possible for somebody to watch me right now, you know. For which type is the fourth the relief for not only the first but for the third? I mean, it makes sense that the fourth in general would provide relief not just from the first but from the third. So, you know, SI is in fact your absolute values are also kind of your well, for me they're extroverted. So I don't right. So for INFJs, you get tired of TIing pretty quick, justifying, explaining, blah, and then you just do it. And you go to fourth slot. It makes sense. Similarly, I get tired of FEing, so I just go into SI mode. Like I'm just gonna go lie down. Yeah. I do like to lie down a lot.
I like to lie down too.
It's nice to be horizontal periodically.
Isn't it? Oh my goodness. I love physical contact with you. Gamey.
Oh, thank you for liking my gamey
I
smell.
really do. It's so important to me. Like, I never thought it was important, but it really is.
It's nice to like how we smell, each other smell.
It is. How do you like being with an INFJ?
It's so easy. So right, you know. It's like, but it's not just any INFJ. It's also that, you know, we're both sevens. That helps a lot, I think.
Me too.
We have the same attitude towards expectations, chores, etc.
Totally. Even the way we wake up is sort of the same.
Well, Mrs. Mom, see what you get for trying to be honorable. In that instance, as I explained, you had no reason to take that approach with them. You had a public video. Now, that's what happens.
Now everyone wants to see it.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Is you treat it as though it were a private video, you give them a chance to make it one. That's called ignoring TI. No, I'm sorry, countervaluing TI in that instance. You were countervaluing TI. Eric, how can I build or work on my FE? I don't know. What slot's it in? Tell me what slot is your FE in, babe? Gotta slot your FE. Slot your FE for me. Ooh, tiny copper knives. If you, they're Jello knives. You just brand them as Jello knives, okay? Specifically for Jello.
Specifically for Jello.
Now, Horseman, are you sure they couldn't cut slightly softened butter? I guess if it were the same softness as Jello.
I do have a question as well. Does it cut through Jello brand kind of pudding?
Well, I'm sure it would cut through it, but it would also just get stuck on it probably.
So then that's a no.
Okay, well, you shouldn't use it to cut Jello. Yeah, okay, so that's a different question. No, you should not use any kind of knife to cut Jello pudding. What slot would I put you in? I don't know. It's hard to type people in chat.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. Zandy's here for the Jello. Okay, well, I've got some bad news, Zandy. Got some bad news. Bill Cosby is the one who's handing it out, and you're gonna have to go sit on his lap if you're gonna get it.
Oh my gosh!
That's what he said. That's his cost for being for the Jello. Did he provide all the Jello, but all the women would have to come sit on his lap to get some?
So
I said, no, that sounds like a good deal. I don't have to sit on your lap, right? Okay, that sounds like a good deal. Free Jello.
And pudding.
And pudding. With the pudding and the pudding and the pudding.
I definitely actually want a pudding pop now. Thanks. I've never had one. Okay, rare occasions, but it's so rare that I can't imagine the taste in my mouth.
What slot would you put me in?
That's gonna be the next. What's your zodiac sign?
Yeah, it's a great pickup line.
Hey,
what slot would you put me in? Oh, it only really works for dudes to picking up chicks, I think. It's the other way around. It's to be confusing. What slot would I put you in?
True.
The viewer slot.
Thanks, 3DR Nomad.
But you would be setting up the girl who you're picking up on with a softball for a comeback if they're snappy, because there's lots of ways that she could be like, you know.
I'd be like, What slot you talking about?
Like, Tuesday, 10 p.m., 2000 never.
Oh! Still guns.
Right. Tiny copper knives. Copper butter knives.
Copper butter knives. Ooh.
No, but here's a more challenging one. Can you make butter copper knives? Knives made out of butter meant to cut copper. That would be more challenging.
That's like a very sword and stone kind of story.
Right. Imagine not getting pegged. I'm imagining it right now. It seems like my normal life.
Imagine not getting pegged. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm not really sure. Like, I've never really.
I like it. I think it's funny.
It is funny. That's why I'm laughing. I'm gonna go bother the PNP.
Okay. Why are ISFP all nice and nonchalant, but ISFP women are all like, offend me and I'll bite your nose off? All ISFPs are like, offend me and I'll bite your nose off. You just probably don't offend ISFP men. You just offend the women. You know, you probably don't say things like nice tits to the dudes. That's probably why. You know. Why don't I understand why she was offended? I said nice tits, you know. I was surprised by 16per.com stats showing the turbulent types are the most common. Any thoughts? I haven't given it enough thought. My hunch is that people would like to express more. I mean, that's typical of an extrovert. You know, I don't think introverts necessarily want to express more.
I got that I was turbulent.
I think that Rachel finds in general that she finds it comforting, perhaps, to be expressing herself.
Yeah.
But I think that by and large, it's a mistake of extroverts to try to be fair by allowing or making the introverts to be more extroverted, which is, I think, a fairly common mistake, maybe, or maybe I'm just generalizing from my own tendency towards that. A P-Shy advocacy group, Bacon. I will join in on your advocacy group. I'm a P-Shy person myself. Mandatory bathroom music to accommodate for the P-Shy. That would help. I mean, I think you should have things to read that are in front of the urinal as a good way to make yourself less P-Shy. Now, of course, if you were talking about for chicks, it would have to be not in front of the urinal, on top of the urinal, but instead on the door that you close in the bathroom. He's severely misunderstanding what T is. I see it kind of like people seeing themselves as doormatting in some soft area. I don't know what this turbulent types, whatever types, meatity types is. I don't know. I have to look into it a little bit. I mean, the thing is, it seems to me that there's a fair amount of normatization of what should not be normatized, which is, yeah, okay, I'm turbulent in some regards in my life, in a lot of ways. But the thing about turbulence is it's only a problem from certain frames of reference. You know, it's like, obviously a person needs to have some kind of predictability. They can't just be totally random. They can't just be totally random. I don't remember what I was saying. I keep getting distracted by new things that people say. You know how that goes. I don't like the Big Five. I don't find it useful or meaningful. It's like there needs to be an explanation of why. If you don't get an explanation of why, then it's treating. It's not doing enough work intellectually to be meaningful. I like to play strategic card games sometimes too. I mean, I think that whatever we want to label them, it doesn't really matter. The understanding of the thing is that if you're going to have a proper conception of personality, then you have to account for attentional manners. You have to account for the fact that people do pay attention in different ways, and that their personalities tend to express consistently with how they pay attention. Now, you might say, well, that's asking a lot as an observation there, Eric. You're saying, well, you just said a lot, and saying that we should all assume this is ridiculous. But I'm not saying we should assume it. I'm saying that there is plenty of steps of argumentation in there that I didn't go over, and I'd have to do more work right now if I wanted to justify it in the moment. But the point is, those arguments are arguments I've made many times, and I've never heard anybody meaningfully dispute any of them. So the thing is, I'm not opposed to people meaningfully disputing them at all, but it's never happened yet, which suggests it's somewhat robust of an idea that, in fact, we've got 4 fields that we need to account for when modeling personality, that we've got, you know, 2 different kinds of fields, communicative and experiential. This idea that I'm talking about incorporates all this linguistic stuff that people are linking me to. In other words, it's like personality proves linguistics almost. It's like coming at the same thing. Linguistics is coming out from the other angle, and we're getting to the same place and realizing, oh, okay, so this is what language tells us. That's really what I'm saying about personality in general. Is here's what language tells us about it, and ultimately, that's what you're using too to talk about it. So we should really be on the same page, because that's the sort of determinant factor. "86% of the population falls into the category of boring, 1, wing 0, chaotic, dull." I see. Well, most people probably don't validate quite as highly as you do the capacity to entertain others. So,
ooh, I can hear fancy.
You mad, bro? You may have heard correctly. I'm not sure. It's interesting. I wonder who told you that rumor.
I actually wanted to do a poll for my mom's face.
Oh, that's always good.
Okay, cool. Can you do the reading?
Sure. What do I think about Enneagram? I mean, I think it fits on top of cognitive functions without conflicting with it at all. It covers mostly different ground. Some things seem to, correlate, but you can work with them independently without creating any exclusivities. So perm do both. All right, your mom's face.
My mom's face.
how it sees. Sees life as a journey to the unknown.
She lives by the beach. Ooh.
This is how it looks and how it talks.
Ooh.
I'm not sure which one's which, probably.
How it talks.
Is this one?
How it looks.
How it looks.
I don't know. What do you think? How it talks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although not explicitly. Okay, now let's pull a card for the person who asked for it. Who is that?
You mad, bro.
You mad, bro. Here's how you see. Which one is this one?
Two of Pentacles.
Two of Pentacles.
You got that.
You see life as a balancing act, okay? This is how you look. In other words, how other people see you.
Yeah, you're outside.
How you look.
You look like a hard-working man.
You look like you're burdened by the oppression of oppressive oppression. And here's how you talk. You talk like a vivacious queen of sticks. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. There you go. You vivacious queen of sticks, you. I don't know where that puts you. Okay. Winston's mom, this is for you. How you see. Ace of Swords?
Ace of Swords.
How you look.
Ooh, the Chariot. Moving forward. In charge.
And how you talk.
The Hermit.
Reflectively, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
Wisdom, advice, counsel, repose.
Withdrawal. 5 is very withdrawn.
I'd say you it says here on this card, wisdom, advice, repose, and counsel. It's a pretty INFJ-ish card, really, for you, Winston's mom. But you have that counselor kind of quality, even though you're an INTJ. Must be.
You are type 5, though. You have said that, Winston's mom, correct?
All right. Who else wanted one? Sky Gear wants cards. Okay. All right.
Sky Gear.
All right. Here.
Cool. 584. Nice.
Sky Gear, this is how you see. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
This is how you see, Sky Gear.
Sitting on your throne with your pentacle.
This is the King of Pentacles. You see stuff through the lens of successful money people, I guess. I don't know.
And in Monopoly, you'd be considered a tycoon.
And this is how you look. You look like a mystic. What is that? Queen of Cups. You look like a mystic Queen of Cups. That's very seer, deep. Blah, 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 blah. Now, this is how you talk. Like a star.
A star. Because you're on Talking with Famous People.
Talk like a star. You're a star, no doubt. After many years of doubt. You're a star pouring water from these jugs.
Two boobs.
Some hair. Never knew what was under there. Okay, now let's pull cards for Octavio Silva.
Yeah.
How you see Octavio Silva?
Ooh.
You see the world. Byung, 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 talking with famous people. And you're probably not a 5'8" then. You're probably 5'4" or maybe even not an 8. You don't seem like an 8 to me. Now this is how you look. You look to other people
like the emperor.
The emperor, the patriarch.
Wince's mom's the mom, and Octavio Silva is the patriarch. Looks like the patriarch.
Now, this is how you talk. You talk with your mouth. Yeah. For partnership. You talk like you're full of partnership and vision and path and plan and kindred and the like. Well, maybe it's saying something about you that you need to embrace your inner whatever that card is you don't agree with.
That can be, yes.
Mm-hmm. Shield Hero is great. Okay, here you go, Angantyr.
Yeah.
This is for
Angantyr.
How you see.
That's 6 of Swords.
This is what you might say. Your theme song is "Life is a highway. I'm gonna meow meow meow
all
meow,
night
meow.
long."
Okay. Now, here's how you look. Here's how you look. You look like a patient lady petting a lion.
Mm-hmm.
You look exactly like that.
Got a little floating affinity around your head, coming up with ideas.
Of course I will, Chris Chapman. Don't you worry your pretty little head. All right, so that's how you look. Now this is we're doing how you see, how you look, how you talk. That's what we're doing today. It's a new 3 thing.
I like it.
It's how you talk, Angantyr. You talk like a victorious general riding on a horse.
Triumph.
6
of rods.
6 of rods. Nice. You talk big triumph.
Mm-hmm. You're like, I'm around here. I've been here for a while. I don't run shit.
Chris Chapman. How you see. You see, life is just a big wheel of fortune. Who knows what you life's a box of chocolates.
Sometimes you get that dollar. Sometimes you just get a penny.
Mm-hmm. Now, how you look. You look like a star.
Woo!
You look like a star, Chris Chapman.
Yeah.
Have you been to hair and makeup today? Because you look like an absolute star.
Star.
Look at you pouring that water all
You're
sexually.
like, I'm gonna be open with you guys tonight. Boobs are awesome.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is how you talk, Chris Chapman. This is how you talk. Spirit child?
Yep, that is the Page of Cups.
You talk like a spirit child, Chris Chapman.
You're walking around with your fish in your cup.
Yeah, okay. We're not sure from this card picture what they talk like, but we are sure that they're talking to a fish in a cup.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes us fish in a cup.
I think so. Spirit child.
Me and Rachel are fish in a cup.
Can we do one for Sean?
I don't know if Sean wants it. He might have a Christian objection to it.
Oh, sure.
I'm not sure if he does.
Okay, then me.
Okay.
I would like a reading, please, sir.
How you... Shuffle more. How you look. No, how you see. How you see first, then how you look, then how you talk. How you see. You're a lifelong learner. You are too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, look at this, look at that. I'm kind of like the girl from Enchanted, where she's like, oh my gosh, Central Park. I do like school.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that might be what that might be what I was talking about. Was linked to misogynist or what the right term is. I don't know. I love boobs too. It's pretty cool. Okay, this is how you look. You look like life is a highway to other people.
I do. It's true.
And
to other people, they do seem like a Voyager. Yeah.
And this is how you talk.
I'm so excited. How do I talk? I'm a baby on a horse. I'm a baby on a horse. Yeah, bitch, I'm the sun. Bitch, I'm the sun.
Yes.
I do talk like that.
Here's the thing about the sun card.
I know. Don't tell me I know.
You know, I'm saying in general, this sun card is a particularly good sun card because it reveals that the sun, which is generally considered to be an all good card, is also something that subjects you to sunburn.
Yeah, I was just going to say I really do have to watch out for the sun. I do.
There's a new theory on why men love breasts. I'm curious about this.
A new one?
It seems so obvious.
Yeah. I thought it's always been the same.
Isn't it? And it because they're titties? I'm pretty sure.
Here's Kara.
I bet I know what it is. I don't think it's a new theory. I think it's a theory about the shape of the butt or something.
All right, then can we do your look? Or
sure. Hmm. Only 9 out of 13 cultures prefer large breasts.
Seems kind of high for 13. Right? That's about average.
Oh, look, in the 1951 study of 191 cultures, anthropologist Sealand Ford and ethologist Frank Beach reported that breasts were considered sexually important to men in 13 out of 191 cultures. Only 13 out of 191.
Ah.
Of those, 9 cultures preferred large breasts. 2 found long, pendulous breasts most attractive. Another 2 like breasts that were upright and hemispherical, but not necessarily large. 13 cultures had also reported breast simulation. I think they mean stimulation, but
Fascinating.
cultural anthropologist Catherine DeWeiler describes telling friends in Mali about sexual foreplay involving breasts and getting responses ranging from bemused to horrified. In any case, they regarded it as unnatural, perverted behavior and found it difficult to believe that women would become sexually aroused by women's breasts or that women could find such activities pleasurable. Huh. Larry Young thinks human evolution has harnessed an ancient neural circuit that originally evolved to strengthen the mother-infant bond during breastfeeding and now uses this brain circuit to strengthen the bond between couples as well. The result, men, like babies, love breasts. Why do you put like babies in there?
I didn't know that. Is that a fact?
No, it's just one thing's theory, one guy's theory.
I'm joking. Like it's new.
Young said competing theories of men's breast fixation don't stand up to scrutiny. For example, the argument that men tend to select full-breasted women because they think these women's breast fat will make them better at nourishing babies falls short when one considers that sperm is cheap compared with eggs and men don't need to be choosy. But like any evolutionary explanation for breasts, Young's theory runs into cultural controversy. Always important whenever evolutionary biologists suggest a universal reason for behavior and emotion. How about the cultural differences? Yeah, I suspect there's not a biological reason for that. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
So it's your turn for
cards for me.
Okay. Guys, this is critical.
This is how I see.
With Eric.
Marriage.
Aww.
I'm kind of like Mr. Peanut Butter in that regard.
Yes.
Get married. Not in the way that he cheated.
No.
He was very
loyal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what you like about him.
That's true. 3R Nomad.
Large breasts are directly related to
the enlargement
of the mammary glands.
It's true.
Yeah.
This is how I look. I look like a miser.
I don't think maybe, but see, looks can be deceiving.
Well, maybe you are seeing me as being miserly because I'm not being more effective, and in that regard, I'm keeping to myself, which should be more broadly received or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm nodding.
Now we're gonna go with how I talk. talk like a craftsman.
Mm-hmm. I'd say.
Yeah, true enough.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you are a grammar teacher. No, you were.
I remember what I was gonna say. You remember how I was saying how I couldn't remember what I was gonna say? I was gonna tell everybody about my joke about the animal rights person from dinner.
Oh my God, please do.
So my dad was talking. It's not really a joke. It's more of just a funny notion, which is my dad was talking about these escargot farms that grow snails that people eat. And I think it would be a funny thing to put in a TV show or something to have an animal rights activist come and fling open the door to let the farm's escargot snails escape. Why aren't you leaving?
So we're going that way.
Measure twice, cut once is TE frame of reference. It needs to be told to ENTPs who ignore it even after they're told. Ideally, it should say, now, measure twice, cut once, unless you're an ENTP, in which case measure 4 times, cut maybe if you're really confident about it.
I love you.
I love you too, my darling.
Aww.
Obviously, it wasn't as important as I seemed to think it was at the time.
I've seen sea otters at the aquarium out east in Long Island. I don't remember the name of the place, but I saw a sea otter there, and he was so cute. He was like performing. He went under and came over with food on his belly.
That's a great new. I'd not heard that one before. It's such a great TE saying. Now, interestingly, it comes from your ISTP dad, but that's TE valuing 5th slot. It's your dad. ISTP dad is as good at TE as I am at NI. They're the most TE of TI DOMs, for sure. They're more TE than INTPs. The lazy work twice. What a great saying. You could apply it to any ESTJ or ENTJ. The reason the lazy work twice. It's so great. I love it. It's so true. It is so true. Every time I'm lazy about something, I have to do it over. If it's any kind of physical world shit anyway.
So much. So much.
Why do you tie fairness to TI instead of FE? Well, because FE is about what everybody's comfortable with, sort of. Like COVID passes and it doesn't pass a TI test. And the fundamental difference is it's not fair. In other words, it doesn't represent a rule we can generalize.
Winston's mom, it's Riverhead. Riverhead, Long Island, there's an aquarium and there's sea otters if you go outside. Inside is an aquarium with sharks. That's the biggest thing. And they have a huge crab and an octopus and shrimp. And it's really they do have a lot of stuff. But then when you go outside, they have the sea otter. So if you're interested, when you're in New York and you have a day, it's an hour out east to Long Island to get there. It's fun.
Sea otters are cute.
Although I do feel bad for the sharks. I'm not gonna lie. I was it's not big enough for you guys. This is such a good look for you. I love how your masculine dot has matched your shirt.
Masculine dot. That's a good name for this product. It's a beer cap that affixes to your forehead like a marriage dot for Indian people.
Yes.
Masculine dot, you can call
it. Yeah, that's what you're thinking too.
Okay, so Chris Chapman, here's the thing. It's like, yes, they do put interface functions too. And they get. They don't receive because that's the receive function. So the thing is, with dynamic systems, you need something that puts and gets on a shorter term basis. In other words, is functioning in an interface way, like put, get, no, put, get, no, put, get, no, put, get, no, right? It's like it's got to it has to fundamentally operate with knowing mostly. So it's really like put no, get if it needs it, right? So and the thing is, it's one of the things I don't have adequately modeled in the system in terms of there's in other words, there's something else that's going on there that is comprised of putting and getting that functions as the interface function. I don't have it understood very well, frankly, but that's the best I can do for you. It's a weak spot. I don't have a good explanation for it, really.
So I wanted to answer Winston's mom. Yes, Riverhead, Long Island. I actually grew up in Long Island, in Franklin Square on Long Island. And I would recommend going to Long Island either during the fall. You take a party bus out east to the North Fork of Long Island and you test out some wine. And then you could do the Riverhead Aquarium at the same time, or just the aquarium during like the summer. And during the summer, I would go to Long Island because then you go to Long Beach. Okay, that's where you go to the beach. You pay $15 and you get to go on the beach at Long Beach. It's worth it, I'm telling you. If you go during the summer. If you're not, then it's not worth it to go to Long Island at all. Seriously.
We have an aquarium in a city called Long Beach in Los Angeles, Long Beach Aquarium. We can go see it sometime, maybe. Where did we go recently? Around here, we went somewhere just the other day.
Monrovia Canyon was like the most recent thing.
Right. I was thinking that's the place maybe we went to.
Yeah.
Get food or something.
We did. We went to the doghouse place.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. I had it left over from the next day. Oh my gosh, so fucking good. I like leftovers. Okay, so October, I highly suggest either going, depending on where at some point, you probably have your plans already booked, but like, if you go often enough in October, I would highly suggest going to, well, you know what? Fuck it. Honestly, just go to Central Park. Like in October, either take a guide tour or go by yourself and walk through Central Park. You will have an amazing day, I swear. Central Park is a magical place.
Fuck it, dog says lie last. LII, logical, intuitive, introvert.
What is that?
INTP. So, how do I treat no sleep at 7 a.m. syndrome? You just gotta sleep. I mean, I've been playing this silly game too. Like last night, I stayed up all night again, watching more of these. And you start scraping the bottom of the barrel too. So they get kind of worse the more you watch of them. These like internet mysteries and stuff that these YouTube channels. There's a guy Nexpo. I've been watching his videos mostly. NEXPO is the channel's name. It's like, Eric, what are you doing? You're playing like I want to be spooked out by security cam that makes no sense. Security camera footage that makes no sense. Like those kind of videos.
I'm so glad you brought that up because I just had a flashback of when I used to babysit. Mm-hmm. And when I used to babysit, I used to like to watch like scarier stuff for some reason. I guess it kept me up. And that would be so something that like I would watch like while the kids were asleep and I was babysitting. Oh my gosh, I'd be obsessed.
And of course the thing is, it's one of those emotions, I guess, where it really makes a big difference when you add in some spooky music and the guy saying, but when Chris turned around and checked the footage, there was nothing there. And then,
that's like the perfect face. Yeah.
It's sitting here and watching that shit all night long, It's like, Jesus, Eric, what are you doing? What in the world are you doing? It's not even. It's not like It's so pointless candy because it's not intellectually engaging at all. It's also not like well-written art. Like we've been watching all this great stuff. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention, we saw that movie with
oh yeah, Marriage Story
with Scarlett Johansson in it.
Yeah,
and that was really like, wow, that's a powerful movie.
Yeah, it's a powerful movie,
and not depressing though.
No, it was right that it's really, really good look at modern marriage failures. Like it was really good example of what people can go through when you've shared a life together for so long and then you decide to split.
He reviews new or really old military rations. I'm interested in it. I think it sounds cool to watch. I think, it's like people offer me suggestions of things a lot of times. And a lot of times it's not something that, it's like when I noticed when I suggested the camera and like, oh, this is a cool thing this is a cool ISTJ thing that I like, He doesn't like it, right? It's like people don't really like to see their own type of shit. They like to be their own type of shit and consume something else, probably.
Yeah, that's like a famous thing with actors. They go to the premiere, the red carpet, and they never watch their film.
But that
they ditch them.
I agree with you, Octavia Silva. Big Five is just like, you suck, no one likes you, you smell bad.
It really is.
It depends on whether you're a Zelda or a Zoe. Yeah. You ate a cracker from the 1860s? That's some old cracker.
That's what that is.
That's what people say when they see me sometimes. Has anyone watched The Baller to Buster Scruggs? The Baller to Buster Scruggs? What a strange name. What's a baller?
Hey, can we do a pull for Delilah?
Sure. It's a 2018 Western anthology film made by the Coen brothers.
I'd check it out.
It stars Tyne Daly, James Franco, Brenda Gleeson, Bill Heck, Granger Hines, Zoe Kazan, Harry Mellon, Liam Neeson, Tim Blake Nelson, John Joe O'Neill, Chelsea Ross, Saul Rubinek, and Tom Waits, and features 6 vignettes that take place on the American frontier. It won the Venice Film Festival.
Cool. I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of it either. Well, Cloud, will you stop pretending to be Mike Jones? I think I'm about ready to wrap this up. I'm kind of not super energetic tonight. I want to go get a soda and sit here and rewatch the rest of season 6, I think, with Rachel. Part of it anyway, before we go to bed. Thanks for being here, everybody. And let me see what that guy's name is again. Steve 1989 MRE info.
Oh, P.
What a lame name.
Oh, I'm pee shy right now.
Okay, well, good night, everybody. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.